Senator Grassley is dead set on exposing her crimes. While D.C. swamp creatures like Lindsey Graham believe Hillary Clinton's crimes should be simply given a free pass, Senator Grassley is fighting hard to hold Clinton accountable. The bad news for crooked Hillary is, he's gaining momentum and aiming to win. From Patriot Beat. As Democrats, the lying media, anti-Trump Republicans, and a host of other lunatics continue to obsess over the ridiculous and now debunked myth of President Trump somehow colluding with Russia to rig the 2016 president elections, scores of Americans are feeling outraged over the fact that everyone is completely ignoring Hillary Clinton and her cronies' blatant criminal behavior, including foreign collusion of their own. There's really no denying that the powers that be are waging an all-out war on President Trump, which is certainly infuriating on its own, but watching them shield Hillary Clinton and her corrupt cohorts is like rubbing salt in the wound. Thankfully, one brave senator is breaking from the pack and leading the charge against the real criminal politicians. Senator Chuck Grassley has recently spearheaded an effort to turn the tables on the switch hunt against President Trump, which he's doing by exposing and investigating the DNC's proven collusion with the Ukraine, in their attempt to help Hillary while undermining and destroying Donald Trump. To be very specific, one DNC operative, Alexandra Chalupa, who was also a former Clinton White House staffer, and is at the center of the Ukraine collusion scandal, has been tied directly to a convicted terrorist and suspected murderer with numerous Ukrainian ties. Brett Kimberlin is best known as the Speedway bomber, after he was convicted in the early 1980s for detonating several bombs near Indianapolis, which police believe was an effort to cover up the murder of his former girlfriend. After serving 17 years in prison, Kimberlin got into politics, and eventually came to have many business dealings with the Ukraine, as well as a Ukrainian wife, who claims Kimberlin seduced her at the age of 14. Chalupa used Kimberlin as a go-between in her shady dealings with the Ukraine, while she and other DNC operatives colluded in an attempt to find dirt on Donald Trump, and to throw the election in Hillary's favor. Grassley certainly will face an unbelievable amount of resistance and backlash from both Democrats and GOP establishment Republicans, as it is in their best interests to protect Hillary Clinton. After all, she's part of their elite club, and if she is held liable for her crimes, the chances of their own criminal actions will come to light as well. Despite the risk, Senator Grassley has written to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and questioned him on investigating the DNC's collusion with the Ukraine, and has gotten the ball rolling in terms of both protecting the president from the false allegations against him, as well as putting the screws to the corrupt Democratic Party. Grassley's efforts come at a good time, as the DNC has already been rocked by scandal after scandal, and has recently taken a huge blow as their shady Pakistani-born IT support crew, led by Imran Awan, comes under investigation for a litany of criminal behavior of their own, including bank fraud and the mishandling of classified information. Awan, who was arrested Tuesday night while trying to flee the country for Pakistan, had several smashed computers confiscated from his house in the last few days by federal law enforcement. These computers belonged to the disgraced and thoroughly corrupted former DNC head, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, herself a very close friend of Hillary Clinton. All in all, the tide seems to be turning for Democrats, who have spent the last 7 months crying wolf about President Trump, and now are being faced with the hard evidence of their own very real criminal actions. With Chuck Grassley leading the charge, Republicans finally have a shot at putting the crooked and hateful Democrats on the defensive. Perhaps this is the chance Republicans needed to finally shut the Russia-obsessed Democratic Party up, and to protect our president from their onslaught of lies and attacks.